Yeah, no, it was fun, guys. Thanks for playing. Yeah, I'm going to head off. It's been a long night. Yeah, take care. See you next time. Bye. Well, that was fun. Maybe I should do this again next year. Damn you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, guys, girls, gamers, and gremlins. My name is Spencer, and this is my final capstone presentation of my high school year. So glad you could make it today, or whenever you're watching this on YouTube. Before we get into what my capstone is, let's define what a capstone is by flash interviewing willing participants. What is your definition of a capstone?
Get back! Get back! Get back!
How do you feel about the senior capstones?
What the?
What do you feel is the meaning behind a capstone?
Get credit for high school. To get credit for high school.
Hello, what do you feel a capstone's all about?
Good morning. What do I think Capstone is all about? Capstone is about, I don't know. What's Capstone?
Hello, Caleb Lopez. Hi.
Hi. Okay.
What is your definition of a capstone?
Something that I haven't finished yet.
What do you think the main idea of a capstone is?
What's that?
What do you think the main idea of a capstone is?
Oh, to learn.
What do you think a capstone's all about?
What? I don't know.
What is your definition of a capstone?
What's my definition of a what?
Capstone.
I don't know.
Wow, that is the face of someone who doesn't know what is going on. But here's my definition of a capstone if you care. My definition of a capstone is to show your growth, to get skills for the future, and to prove you can work independently. It's all about self-discovery and knowing what you want to do and what you're going to do. It's all about you. It's your decision of what you want your capstone to be. My capstone is about content creation, something I've been doing for a while. My background in content creation began when I was just a kid, scrolling YouTube in 2016. Oh my god, that was such a long time ago. I really began to make content during the absolute hell that was quarantine. I begun to stream and record myself doing stuff. Fast forward to 2023, I decided to host a Halloween event, making an event in a month called Witching Hour. It had games, a story, a map, and a prize based on what ending they got. After that, I thought to myself, that was fun. I should do it again sometime. And I began production of this Witching Hour 2 that January and began collecting ideas in a document. At around February is when I began to stress about what my capstone could be. God. And after a month and a half of meaningless stress out, I came to the conclusion that this long project I was already working on can become my capstone. An idea that can kill two birds with one stone, and is a fail-proof idea. I got the go-ahead from a teacher, and I was on my way to do a project that would cause no mental strain whatsoever. Ugh! That is what we call in the business subtle foreshadowing. Now that we know my capstone can't possibly go wrong, here's some goals for it. My main goal for the capstone is to get this event done. Obviously, the actual event must be done. What I want to do before that event is make an ARG, or a puzzle-based game. And after the event, for post-production, I'm going to make a video of the event, because why would I do this all just for fun? You gotta have something that you need to do with it. These are the three main categories of what I'm going to be doing, and there's multiple subcategories in it that I'm not going to get into because it's long, complicated, and utterly boring, and will probably push me over the limit of when my capstone will end. Speaking of when my capstone will end, let's go back a year ago to when I started preparing. We are now looking at the beginning of my process in February, when I started compiling a document with many ideas, so many things I wanted to do for this event, and it's ended up being 100 pages long in a Google Doc. So, at around March time, I began to organize it, and after a long organization session, it ended up only being 46 pages out of 100. Still a lot, but hey, at least it was organized and I had a bunch of ideas ready to go. So then it came time to start processing the ARG, what I wanted to do for the puzzles and what I wanted to do everything, because the ARG came before the event and the video making. So I began to stress about that first. To start with working on my ARG, I first used my whiteboard. I have a whiteboard over there. You've seen it in many different backgrounds for clips. And so I began writing down ideas and what I wanted to do for puzzles for the whiteboard. Whether it be passwords, like different bits, different like found footage things, everything I put on the whiteboard. And slowly but surely I erased them when I realized I can't possibly do that. Spencer, you're giving yourself too much work. And in the end, I settled for 4 main attractions for the ARG. One being a missing posters found footage. 2, candles burning in the night, based off the story. 3, it will be a doll, yes, a doll. You'll see where that comes in later. And then 4, a website where all the puzzles and all the things will lead in the end. So, let's actually go back now to last year at around August, when I started preparing a lot of these products. And we're going to start with the missing posters. Take it away, Spencer of the past. Now with all of them printed, all I gotta do is turn these wonderful doohickeys into these. I hate myself. This is gonna be a long time. Now let's do a quirky little snap cut of these turning into all the things I want over here. Ready? Well, I finished all the missing posters. All of them have their little things cut out, puzzles already on them. And yeah, I'm gonna film the segment, but this is kind of surreal. Like, I thought this would be funny for a bit, laying in my own, like, missing posters. But yeah, this is kind of creepy actually, with my eyes all X'd out. But hey, who's one to complain? If it's creepy, hey, it's perfect. And sorry for this if it's shaky camera work, I have my brother filming this because I cannot be bothered to do this myself. So on to the next cut, where I'm probably hanging up these in the forest. As I was rudely cut off by my cameraman, it's now off to the woods where I'm gonna hang up these missing posters. Joy. So, now in the woods, where I'm trying to find the optimal place to put up these missing posters. I think I might have found it. I'm gonna check it out. But, yeah. So I have a bag and a step stool because I'm short. Because I want to get that cinematic effect. And this place is absolutely gorgeous. And I think I found my area. Talk to you guys after it's done. Bye! Here is a still shot of the missing posters in its completion. This doesn't do it justice. I was so happy with how it came out in terms of how creepy, like, really retro, like, horror ARG it came out. I was so happy with it, and yeah, it became a pretty big part of the ARG and showed, like, my skill in making things happen. And now it's time for me to make the next part of the ARG. The candles burning for 4 hours straight. Guys, and I still have that awful zit from before, but right now I'm working on doing a different sort of, the different part of the ARG where, well, you'll see what it is, but I don't have to go to the deep darks of the woods. I'm at my house, so here's what it is. Well, we've got safety precaution, umbrella because it's supposed to rain. I don't know when tonight. Clown, and cauldron of candles. What does this all mean? You'll find out. I'll probably take some more takes of this. Well, not takes. I'll probably show you the BTS of what I'm doing later on because I got 4 hours to kill during this process, so hey, see you guys later. So you folks are in luck. I found in my camcorder files some unseen, never before seen B-roll of making the candles thing. Here is a slight shortened compilation of me at 1 a.m. trying to film something, not realizing how powerful my night vision is. Due to my lack of foresight and lack of vision, I failed to put up a clown mask I wanted to do a jump scare later on. And this is what happens. So you're probably telling yourself at this point, Spencer, this isn't scary at all. Missing posters in the woods, just candles burning in the night? Really? That's creepy? Well, it may not be creepy to you, but it was absolutely terrifying to my players, who I've been conditioning all along, using Star Film Studios, a project I've been doing over the summer, along with working on The Witching Hour, to condition my players, using various game shows and other bits and bobs to try to get into their heads. And I successfully did. Them knowing what I can do and how I'm gonna do it scares the living daylights out of them. Them knowing that I could do anything at any point to spook them or to torture them. It's such a great feeling knowing that I'm feared in that regard. Getting some bit of reputation within the community for being just insane, just crazy. Like, look at what I've been doing. I sat for 4 hours burning candles for footage, hanging my own missing posters in the woods for fun, basically. So yeah, you've probably been noticing I've been angling my camera every so often slightly towards the left. Did you expect me to do anything with that? Did you expect a jump scare? Something standing there ready to spook your pants off? Well, no, but you probably expected something to happen, right? I mean, like, come on, really? The oldest trick in the book? Like, see, nothing. It's seriously just crazy to think that you guys think so little of me. You're just such a cheap jump scare. But anyways, let's go onwards to the next segment, where we are doing dolls. Dolls, yay! The dolls. Oh boy. I mean, what can be creepier than dolls, right? Off we go. So, for the doll, I kind of forgot to record stuff, but thankfully I was on a Discord call with someone and they took some screenshots of me with my camera on, working on the doll. So here in the first image, we can see it laid on the ground. This was, I think, during the process of me blowtorching it. That's fun. Oh, here it is in the bucket, trying to put out any fires that it has, or possibly could have gotten. There's me with the grabber shoving the doll into the bucket. So while I was there in my driveway working on this, lots of neighbors were walking by and saw me with a doll and a blowtorch. So yeah, that's not getting invited to any barbecues. And these are the final two pictures of the doll. Beautiful, gorgeous, love it. And here it is on my shelf, and now it's in my closet somewhere where well, hopefully we'll never find it again. But yeah, so that's it for the doll, and now it's on to the website. The website, I'll just put some screenshots. I'm very happy about. It came out well. Like, it came in waves, like every day or every 3 days a new update would go to the website and the players would have something new to figure out, some new puzzle. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Now that that's over, it's time for the actual witch. Hi, Editor Spencer here. I'm so sorry for what was about to happen. That is absolutely cringe and won't make it into the video. So I'm now here to introduce you to the next segment. It's Witching Hour. Witching Hour time. Yay! To all my friends, I'm sorry. I really, really tried.
What, hello? Anybody? Was this guy here before?
I can't believe We have to do this again. The aerial door, the traveler, the merchant, Manny.
Get me out of here!
I don't want to lose any more of you guys. I don't. I thought this time would be different. I thought I could escape.
My mom said we could play Dolls in the Woods.
We could escape. But that just wasn't in the cards. Hopefully this reaches you well. Thank you. And sorry again. Well, folks, that was the first look at Witching Hour 2. I'm probably going to edit it sometime later in the summer, but it's about 17, 18, I don't know, 20 hours of footage, I think. But it looks pretty good. I got some good film out of it, good stuff. But yeah, should be very interesting. So, all the games were made, the players were having fun, I think. Well, as the days dragged on, it got a bit tiresome for some of them. But in the end, I think they had a lot of fun. The horror was there. The games to crown a winner were there. Yeah. I did have to change the layout because I did have it like an open world style thing. And half the players are split on wanting to do the story of the open world, and the other half wanted to play the games that came with the open world. So, that was a bit troublesome. But hey, we got through it. All 5 days of the event were done and dusted, completed, boom. And yeah, that ends really the Witching Hour segment. I mean, what else is there to speak about? It was Witching Hour. Now it's onwards to post-production. My thoughts on it, feelings on that, and everything in between. See you there. For this segment of my capstone, I was hoping to interview some professionals of the field, people I know and people I've worked with in the past, so I can pick their brains about what they feel about content creation and all that junk. However, out of the 12 people I have reached out to interview, 9 of them said no and 3 people had ghosted me. So that leaves me with a total of 0 people to interview. So I got the next best thing. For this segment, we are going to be interviewing the people behind Starfilm Studios and Witching Hour, all the people behind the creative team, the editing team, everyone. So please welcome the host of Starfilm Studios to guide us, put us through this tour of this production site. Welcome, visitor. Hi, welcome to the production value, the star, the soul of Starfilm Studios, the heart, everything of it. My name is Spencer, and I am the host of this wonderful abode. We will go on to our first person on our tour of this team, and it'll be Creative Department. So here we have the creative team, snoozing away. They have the easiest job out of everyone. All I gotta do is sit there, come up with ideas, maybe just think of stuff creatively every so often. Ugh, I wish I was them. God. Over here we have the production team. They deal with everything when it comes to making the events, whether it be inviting players, making the sets, making audio cues, just making the games in general, turning the creativity team's ideas to life and making them into something usable. As the host, it's my job to ensure that the ideas from the creative team, brainstorming team, and from the production team come to life and is so vivid and vibrant and so fun to play for the players. HR only gets in people's ways. Over here we have the design team. What they do is they make designs, like draw stuff. Oh look, they're doing something right now. Let's see what that is. Okay, I didn't say they were the best drawer. I just say they were a graphics person. Here we have the editor. Look, he's a little bit tied up right now. So underpaid, underappreciated, and really doesn't do much, I'll be honest. Like, everyone does so much more work than him. Everyone should be so, what are you doing? What? After months of preparation, I've built a map, I've made an ARG, I made an event in Minecraft, and I've made games and game shows for players to play. I've made a whole Halloween event, and now I'm making a capstone video on this whole process, and I'm basically at the end of this. I'm done with everything. But I'm now getting invited to different events by people I've met, I'm getting to meet new people, I'm doing so much now, and I'm almost done with high school. I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know if what I'm doing here with content creation is even going to apply to what I'm going to do in college. I don't even know if any of this is helpful, if I'm just going to be losing my mind as we go into college and like not knowing what to do, not knowing what I'm doing at all. If this project was worth it, if what I'm doing is good enough, if what I did was good enough for this project, if I did enough. Because I always feel like I'm not doing enough with the editing. Like, I hate editing so much, and I always feel like I'm not doing enough. It's not enough. Like, going back and watching the film I've done over and over again, and noticing more and more flaws and inconsistencies and jumps and cuts, it's maddening. Is this really worth it to do? I don't know. I really, really don't know. This is it. The end of my capstone. Signifying the end of my high school years and looking onwards to the next chapter. This part was always the hardest for me. Knowing that I want to be vulnerable, and knowing that after this I walk out of here different, yet the same. I've rewritten this part more times than I can count, never quite knowing what to say. Wanting to be unapologetically me without the cringe. Something impossible. I know. I'm at the core tired. Just tired. I put expectations on myself. I tried to be there for so many people. I tried to be the person you can trust. But that's not me anymore. It's not just an act. An act to try to show I'm fine, even if I'm struggling. An act to show I can be trusted and that you should feel comfortable talking to me. An act of what I used to be. Quarantine was a struggle for a lot of people, I've been told. I've been told I'm one of the lucky few that got into it and came out of it in a good spot. That doesn't make me feel better about it. I've changed. Changed in ways I didn't want to change. I became more cynical, untrusting, not able to see a simple act of kindness as an act of kindness and more of a question of what do they want from me. I can become so anxiety prone that I know and can feel myself fighting internally whenever I want to do something that I used to be able to do before. I lost the ability to socialize like I did. I now have to force myself to talk to people, and I'm constantly worried of how they think of me. Even as I'm writing this and rewriting it, I'm thinking of your faces, looking at present me, thinking your thoughts, how you will judge me for this, or treat me differently. Have you ever felt what it's like to have something that gave you the feeling of being able to do anything? Just being taken away in a blink. I'm tired. I'm scared. I'm anxious. I don't know what I'm gonna do in college. I'm right now giving a presentation on content creation, but I'm gonna be doing a hospitality track in college. I went through the worst years of my life, and I'm sure there'll be worse. But I lived. I made this video, I did this project, and I made my capstone, and I sure as hell didn't give up. Sure, I might have lost my mind ages ago, but who needs that? I've worked too hard for it to be wasted. I will continue acting, you best believe that, and maybe one day, in the future, it won't be an act. The day I might not even notice. I may be cynical, I may be anxious, and I may be scared, but that won't stop me. Never has, never will. I look forward to the future, my future, and I hope you all will too. Thank you.
Right? This was the last bit? Finally! I'm free!
I can get some sleep, play some games maybe. Come on, let's go to the next chapter. Hello everyone. If you made it to this part of the video, that means you're watching this by yourself on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Genuinely. It's been a long year. It's been a long year and a half. I'm now going to college. After this, I probably will take a break from content creation in general for a little bit. I will be streaming though still, and I will be editing, so you won't see any new posts on YouTube, like I ever post on time. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, it's means so much. Thank you. Thank you for taking this journey with me. And sorry if I seem like a mess, I was crying earlier. But yeah. I'll see you guys around. And never forget. There's magic in all art. Especially this. Put your creativity towards something, put your passion towards something, and be unapologetic about it. Because it's you. Your art is you. You are your art. You are the epitome of your art. Never forget that, and never lose yourself. Thank you.